They call me Ty.
All right.
I went to live with my aunt and uncle in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, which was a complete culture shock for me. I went from an all black city, um, black and Puerto Rican, which where majority of my family lives, even still to this day, in Chester, to a predominantly white town, Pottstown, Owen J. Roberts High School. So it was a culture shock, and I didn't take it well for a long time. I struggled to fit in. You know, you learn to I guess change the way you are when you're dealing with certain groups of people. I can pretty much flat out tell you that when I deal with my family, um, I probably act and talk a little bit differently than I do when I am around white people. It's just the way it is, and it's not an act and it's not a show, but it's to make life a little bit easier, to make dealing with different groups a little bit easier. Since I've been in law enforcement, working for Chino Valley PD. It's funny because I think I'm the first black police officer for every department I've worked for in Yavapai County, which is three. I'm the first African American police officer. And it's 2017. You would think that, but what the funny part about that is working for Chino PD, I recall hearing stories about dispatch getting calls about 911 calls about there being a black guy in Safeway. And the dispatcher, Chino had his own dispatch center at the time. So the dispatcher telling me this story, and I'm like, okay, where are you going with this? I'm thinking he was maybe, stealing something. And she's like, no, the person just wanted to tell me there was a black man in Safeway. I'm like, really? Are you serious? So, you go through your law enforcement career, and I've been called the N word working with Chino PD, but you kind of just let it, you develop a thick skin over the years. So, that word is not one of my triggers. I was called that working for this department this year, helping somebody out. So it happens, but you just learn to, like I say, just be a little bit thick skinned, uh, be understanding of their ignorance, and not take it personal.